Hello, Beez Bladers. Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. Oh, have I got something exciting for you and your eyeballs today. And I have an interesting fact here in just a minute. But I hope you're having a fantastic day. I am, because we are checking out the brand new Oknife and Ken Onion collab, Xen-Oal. Would you look at it? I mean, just look at it. And all of its, oh, wait a minute. There's two versions. All of its OAL-ness. Oh my goodness gracious. Do you know that this is a proprietary metal from Olight and Oknife? Oh yeah, it is. I'm not kidding. Not kidding. I'll tell you more about it here in just a minute, but we're talking aluminum. Now, I think it's claimed that this is the first, not aluminum, yeah, aluminum. I think it's the first one of its kind to be made out of this material because it's a proprietary material. And while we're at it, let me get you in there for a little bit of texture vision. Would you look at that texture? I will say from the beginning, right off the bat, I do have a little goods and qualms about this knife, but I'm going to tell you about them here in just a second. The grip and the texture on it is very, very nice. And by the way, this thing comes in at 2.5 ounces. It's only a 2.5 ounce knife. And I know you're ready to see the blade, but let me show you a couple other things because you know I'll forget. It has really nice jimping. There's only a few jimps, but they are grabby enough where I'm not getting slip-offs. When I go to flip it, I don't have that problem. This is a frame lock. Both versions are frame locks. And pretty much what you're looking at here is the two different versions. And this was modeled after, where is my Olight? This was modeled after the Olight Arkfeld. And then this is the Arkfeld OAL. The OAL is the new proprietary steel or the proprietary aluminum that's stronger than like grade 2 titanium. I'll put the stats up on there. That way I won't bore you with all the extra words. So it has to be harder than this and tougher than that, but I'll let you read it for yourself and you can always pause the screen and come back to it to see all about this new proprietary metal that they've got going on. But the thing about it is it's supposed to be very scratch resistant. I have seen some other YouTubers do some scratching back and forth, and it seems to take scratches or not take scratches very, very well. I'm not going to do that to mine, but you know, there's plenty of other opportunities to see people trying to bang them up and scratch them up. But are you ready to see this blade? Pow! Right in the kisser. Oh yeah, look at that. And you have options. Oh yeah, look at that. So if you want the Olight or the blacked out version, you can go for the blacked out version or this really cool, I don't know, it's kind of like gold and bronze got married and came up with the color, kind of a, not a desert tan, but these two colorways are very nice. And oh, by the way, did I tell you that this is, does it say it up here? Let's see. Yeah, look at that. CPM S45VN. So for a lightweight everyday carry knife, I got to say it's pretty nice. There's a couple things that I do have some observations about, but it's going to be depending on what you do. And right now, until December 18th is, if you're going to get one of these, until December 18th is going to be the time to do it because they're only like 130. And you're talking about S45VN, aluminum scales, 2.5 ounces, super lightweight. Let me give you a couple quick numbers before we go any further. From tip to tip, this bad boy is 7.36 inches, 187 millimeters. It's closed, it's 4.2 inches, 107 millimeters. Your blade is 3.2 inches, 80 millimeters. I already told you how much it weighs, and let me give you a couple quick size comparisons. This is what it looks like next to the Civivi Elementum. So this tells you that it's an everyday carry size folding pocket knife. Look at that. There's the CJRB Pyrite. It is just about identical in size to the Pyrite. And you know, here it comes, baby. The QSP Penguin, because everybody needs a penguin, right? So all you penguin lovers and penguin owners, this is right in that size category. You have a little bit, maybe just a hair more handle. And you know what? Just because we're talking about a little more premium knife, we'll do a Spyderco sandwich. And can I do it? Yeah, we'll do them pivot to pivot. So there is the Spyderco Paramilitary 2, and here is the Spyderco Para 3 for a little bit of Spidey Sammy. Oh, and I heard a fun fact, and I need some verification on this for some people. Did you know that Shaq only made one three-pointer in his career? Is that true? I find that very hard to believe. Just saying. Now, when it comes to the action on this knife, you could hear it. It kind of has, it exhibits the hollowness of the sound that you would expect from a super lightweight aluminum. So I don't know if you can hear this or not. Now, when you disengage it, you do have to get past a second point right there. It's kind of like double detentish before it's going to drop. Once you get past that point, it'll drop. Now, if you go like this and let it hit your finger, it will drop, and it is very smooth. Both of these versions are smooth. Now, oddly enough, the one that's not DLC coded is the one that, and at least of the two versions I got, that is not as drop shutty. Not that every knife has to be drop shutty. Now, the fit, left and right, up and down, I'm not getting any play left and right. Up and down, I'm getting the slightest bit, like a 0.5 on a scale of 10, meaning the blade is wobbling all over the place. It's just barely detectable up and down on this one. And on this one, let's see. Up and down on this one, just the same. Now, mind you, going like this normally, I'm not feeling it, but I am kind of torquing it to the point of seeing if there's any kind of movement whatsoever. And I can feel just the slightest hair bit of movement there. But taking you on a quick tour, very lovely. Is that the word? A bodacious hybrid blade shape. I love it. You don't have a sharpening choil, so you're going to put a smile on it when you sharpen it. And you've already seen both sides. Now, one thing to mention is it's not a reversible carry. It is a pretty deep carry. You're just going to have a little bit showing out of your pocket, about that much, not a whole lot. Now, my hand is 4 inches from here to here, 3.5 from here to here, and from the bottom of my palm to the tip of my middle finger is 7.25. Now, I can tell you I've already had these out and already checked them out. And in the traditional sense, holding it like this, you do get a little bit of grippage. It's medium strength, medium grippage on the jimping up here. See there? It does help slow it down, slow your thumb down, kind of give you a little bit of grip. I don't consider this a hard use knife. Now with me, I wear a large size glove. So if your hand is small or medium, I think this knife is going to be even more enjoyable to you. Now, if I'm doing some push cuts, which I tend to do when I'm cutting cardboard and things like that, this pocket clip does dig into my hand. It is between warm and hot spot. I mean, it is when I give it a little bit of squeeze, you can see right there that's leaving a mark. So I don't think this is going to be a hard use knife. This is going to be an everyday carry knife, you know, for the tactical sweets bags. Should I say Oreos? It's going to be an everyday carry. It's super lightweight. The action is, it's very good. I mean, this is the kind that I would sit there and fidget and flick and fidget and drive my wife nuts with all day. And the only, I would say one little, it's a nitpick, is just you have to go this far before you get past that detent ball to where you can drop it. So I do find myself getting that little bit of kickback right there. See where it stops? You can give it a little bounce and get past that spot. That's a minor thing. I don't know. I mean, it's not anything wrong with the function or the form of it. It's just something I noticed that you just have to get you have to get that far. Then I'm over the hump. So that's something to take into consideration for all you knife nerds out there. Now, in the hammer grip, it's not too bad. It's a very slender knife. Let me show you what it looks like thickness-wise next to the QSP Penguin, because everybody needs a Penguin, right? So here it is next to the Penguin. It's thinner than the Penguin just by a hair, not much at all. Now, something that's really cool about these, you know, sometimes when you order a knife, you're like, you know, when's it going to be out? Are they going to take 6 months? Is this a 2025 deal? Is this a 2026 deal? This actually, they're going to ship them out in January. So if you like either one of these colorways, you do have options. And I imagine it's going to be like any other. I don't know that it's a pre-order. I know it was a, what do you call it? It's a Kickstarter. It's already funded. It's happening. Like by tons. I mean, by tons, which means these are going to be, they're going to be popping out different colors. It wouldn't surprise me if they did an XL or a mini or something like that. For an everyday carry folding knife, just to do your everyday carry tasks, this is, it's a great knife. And not to mention, it has great S45VN, super lightweight, 130 bucks. I think it's worth it. I think it's very cool. It's by far the most fancy pants knife. I think, I don't know, it could be the most fancy knife that has come out by Olight and Oknife. And it's very exciting that it's a design by Ken Onion himself. So let me know what you think about the new Oknife and Ken Onion collab, the Xen-Oal. I think it's pretty neat. It's nifty. You can feel all the edges. I mean, it's not soft and it's not 100% 90 degree. So, you know, the ergos for me, the thing that really sticks out is that pocket clip where the pocket clip hits my hand, but you have to consider the width of my hand and the width of your hand and how hard you're going to use it. And the only other nitpick I would say is I don't need the branding on the pocket clip. I would rather be low profile and just have a black clip on the outside of my pocket and not have the branding. So if they could get rid of that branding and just make it look nice and clean, I think that would be just an added little benefit. So there you go. Let me know if I was going to give one of these away, would you prefer the black or the greenish gold? What would be your preference? So go watch this video. You'll really enjoy that. And until I see you again in the lives or the chats or the hive streams, remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.